ChatGPT, correctly use it or easily ruin your marketing. Common sense. Unfortunately, it's not too common anymore. This is episode number 393 of the My Online Toolbox weekly quick tips and reminders in all facets of online marketing to help you grow your business with more quality leads. We want to remind you we have over 390 weekly quick tips on both Facebook and YouTube. You need to follow us on those mediums as well as like and comment on a couple of posts in order to get our weekly quick tips into your feed rather than all of that social distractions that you usually get. And also on Instagram, we have over 230 weekly featured projects. Please follow us. Please love a couple of posts, make a couple of comments too, to see the best of ongoing marketing in the industry. Last week, we were talking about current sales are the outcome of past marketing decisions. Check out that episode. But this week, we're moving right into the loss of common sense and how it's impacting people when it comes to varying technology such as ChatGPT. And what we're going to do is go back just a couple of years because many people will always ride the current hype without thinking about the long-term strategies. What we're going to do is go back just a few years. We were talking about this, believe it or not, while everybody's talking about AI and chat and all the other permutations that are coming out as we're entering in a new year, we started almost 3 years ago when the topic was already out there and we were leveraging various different periodicals to make a point. So you need to look at the URL and type it in after this episode. But to make a point, a few years ago, when the topic was being spoken about in the industry that I come from, and we already were positioning for it years in advance, and now here we are talking about it endlessly due to the new hype, we were already explaining different ways people were using chat. SEO, search engine optimization pros, were using chat right now, and what we agreed with and what we disagreed with based on common sense, not based on the availability of the tool. So using this particular topic, and again, the article is here, we used it in the past, we're using it again, and we just want to make a point that it started over 3 years ago where people were talking about, watch out Google, there's a new player on the search engine scene. And sure, you've heard it before, but this time we're serious, which was true years ago, and that's why it's making an impact many years from now. And forget about the specific description of what ChatGPT is, but we wanted to target the use of artificial intelligence with its mass amounts of data and how it could interact with everything we do and whether it's applicable or not. So that's where we wanted to get right into how you could utilize it as well as how you could be cautious utilizing it and when to avoid it altogether. So back then, years ago, people were saying, please be careful when using it for creating content, which is still, believe it or not, the number one reason why many people jump over to ChatGPT, even though there's many reasons why you should be concerned about using it to create your story in the first place. We've talked about it well enough to remind you to avoid using it to write web page and blog posts. So we're going to cross it out, even though too many people don't listen and they jump on the bandwagon, and then they're going to wonder why the search engines see it as duplicate content and penalize you for what you should have skipped in the first place. But now let's go into a more favorable topic, keyword research and analysis. That is where using chat and other of its competitors can be beneficial to give you another way to look at a permutation of the results when you are trying to do various different keyword analysis. But then the number 3 topic is content strategy development, where people really don't have a plan. Quite honestly, they've skipped our classes, so they want to quickly shortchange all of the education that would just take a few days and quickly be masters of their domain and try to get this content strategy development. And we're going to cross it out because it follows suit with the first topic about helping create pages without giving any thought. The content strategy development is so strategic, and many times most of you will not be able to use chat correctly to get the proper strategy in place in the first place, which is what we're doing in our classes. But here, going back to something that does have common sense, is a better understanding of search intent. This happens to be what we think is an interesting use of chat because you're looking at it to learn how other people may be getting search results from artificial intelligence, and then you can position for it, but you're not doing anything other than learning how other people will see varying different search permutations. So we want to remind people, when it comes to ChatGPT or any of its competitors, be cautious on how to correctly use it, because just because something's available doesn't mean it's going to help you with your marketing. It could easily ruin your marketing. So, common sense. Take a moment to embrace it and not just follow the bandwagon, knowing that as a few years go by, the technology is going to change so quick, and you have to stay true to your core philosophies in your planning for your marketing and your branding. This is my online toolbox reminding you to grow your business with more quality leads as a focus. Our classes are focusing in on marketing education for remodelers, builders, and specialty contractors, and anybody touching your marketing in your company should take those classes. It's an essential skill, completely targeting our industry to give all of the education an extra boost in understanding the concepts. And never forget to start planning yesterday for next year's marketing and profits. Have a healthy week, and we will see you next week.